Hi, I'm Kaila Colbin. I'm the New Zealand ambassador for Singularity University, which is an organization based in Silicon Valley, California, dedicated to the study of exponentially accelerating technologies and how they can be used to address humanity's biggest challenges. I first became involved with SU about a year and a half ago. I attended their executive program, and I came away really struck by just how impactful the progression of these technologies will be on every one of our lives. We've heard so much talk about disruption and disruptive opportunities, and it's kind of one of those words like sustainability where it sort of starts to become meaningless after a little while. And when I attended SU, the real scale and impact of the kind of disruption we'll be facing in the next 10, 20, 40 years really struck home for me. And it became I came away with a real sense of urgency and responsibility to do what I could to further the conversation in New Zealand so that collectively we could be better prepared to have the kind of conversations we need to tackle what's coming along. So when I see you at the Agile New Zealand conference, I'll be talking about exponentially accelerating technologies, about what comes next. I'll be covering kind of the three main insights that come out of Singularity University. The first one, kind of an upgrade on Moore's Law. Gordon Moore, the co-founder of Intel, who said the number of transistors we could fit on an integrated circuit had been doubling every 18 to 24 months. The first insight that comes out of SU is that that doubling phenomenon doesn't just apply to the number of transistors on a chip. It applies to what we call the price performance of computing. How many million instructions per second can you buy for $1,000? The second key insight that comes out of SU is that that doubling phenomenon does not just apply to computing. It applies to any information-enabled technology. So you think about something like photography. Photography used to be substrate-enabled, dependent on the physical film, and then it became information-enabled, dependent instead on ones and zeros. And once that happened, it started following a similar doubling in price performance. And today, you can buy a smartphone with a 41 megapixel camera in it, and we don't really think twice about that. And the third key insight is that all of these technologies, these information technologies that are following doubling curves are now starting to converge. So now we have to consider what happens when an exponential progression in something like artificial intelligence converges with an exponential progression in something like robotics or big data. What happens when an exponential progression in biotechnology or bioengineering converges with an exponential progression in 3D printing at the atomic scale? And of course, what happens is that everything accelerates even faster. Now, if you've heard me give this talk before, one of the cool things about the Agile New Zealand conference is that I'll be coming to you fresh from the Singularity U New Zealand Summit, which is happening, I think, 2 weeks prior. It's the first ever Singularity University Summit in Australasia. I will have just spent a week hanging out with people like Mark Goodman, who founded the Future Crimes Institute, talking about the future of crime. Ramez Nam, who wrote The Infinite Resource, talking about the future of energy, Brad Templeton, who worked on Google's self-driving car program. And my intention is to bring all of those fresh insights to my conversation with you. And really, this is just one step in a very long journey that we have to make collectively. How do we help New Zealand understand this stuff so that together we can adapt and thrive in an exponential world? I hope you can join me at the conference. Look forward to seeing you there. Thanks so much. Bye.